Well, welcome back to the Mets'd podcast. This is the podcast that you watch because you don't want to watch the New York Mets. We do it for you. They fucking stink. We're going to come out hot instantly. 30-minute rant episode. The season's over. It's done. Stamp of approval has been put on the season. This is no longer a team that has any chance of making the playoffs. If they do, I think the rest of the league might have had a catastrophe. Something horrible must have happened because this New York Mets team absolutely stinks, and we're just going to yell and scream about it for 30 minutes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you do, subscribe to Mets'd Up. We still are going to have to put out 3 episodes a week, no matter how bad this team is. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on that. And if you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. We'll give a big shout out to FanDuel a little bit later. Sponsor today's episode. Just bet against the Mets. It's that simple. But hey, James, thank God the other orange and blue team's pretty good. Bold of you to wear that jersey on the pod just because I'm trying to keep the Mets stink away from anything Knicks related.
I just haven't taken this Jalen Brunson jersey off in like 3 or 4 days now. So I'm like, I'm just going to leave this one on. I almost wore it to a wedding last night, the black tie wedding. But I got people screaming at me out of cars, "Let's go Knicks," wearing this on my block. But this Mets team is absolutely, there's just no solace anywhere. Like, there's nowhere to hide this find positivity from this Mets team. I want to shout out a loyal listener to the podcast, Kurt. He interacts with us a lot on Twitter. He was like, "Hey, I feel like you guys have gotten away from like what made this show and you guys great, like finding the nerd, like analysis, the deep dive stuff." And I was like, honestly, it's really hard to find interesting stuff about this team right now because of how bad they are. Like, I do have a lot about Nolan McLean we're going to talk about, but this Mets team, this Mets season, this last calendar year of the Mets has just sucked the life out of me. I feel as disconnected to the New York Mets organization as I've ever felt in my life, I guess, besides like the 2011 through 2013 run. Like, that was kind of it.
Recovering from a Ponzi scheme that took hundreds of millions of dollars from our idiot owners. Like, I think this is something that you talked about a little bit earlier in the season that the Mets were getting in danger of doing, which is creating this weird scenario where there's such a distance and disconnect between the fan base, the team, the ownership, how the team's run, where it's like almost like a Twilight Zone where it doesn't feel like even the Mets organization right now understands what's happening, but everybody else around them does. Where I put out a tweet today about, again, how the Mets are just an embarrassment to baseball, and then replied, I was like, but hey, thank God, #1 fan experience, best food in the game. You could pay $50 for parking every single day if you want to do that in a smaller parking lot. You can go ahead and make sure you get fucked over by the team on dynamic ticking pricing because they didn't put out the second half of the season because they thought they were going to be a playoff team trying to juice the fan base for even more money that they're worth. The owner hasn't spoken since he called out the Mets fans. David Stearns' comments continue to be fucking useless whenever he rarely does make them. Carlos Mendoza is a bumbling idiot. That guy is so fucking stupid. The coaches suck. The players suck. There is literally not an ounce of good, except maybe the 6th inning, mid-inning mayhem. I know I can't wait to go to another Mets game to be there for the 6th inning when they lower the lights and fireworks go off when they're down 7.
When they're down 7, they're 15 games under 500. Like, it's kind of felt like this team after watching this weekend was like on quit watch in May.
Ooh, it's quit watch for sure.
Which is something scary. That's also like definitely a black mark against the manager. I also feel like at this point, like, I don't think it matters, but I think they probably just will wind up firing Mendoza.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, season's over. So
just to like pray for a dead fish bounce. I'm upset at both of us for getting roped back into this team exactly 1 week ago because it did feel like there were good things happening. Last week of baseball was really fun, especially after that really fun Nationals game, the back and forthness, the Yankee series, the Tiger series, and it does feel like everything got sucked out in instant. Like, the teeny tiny little specks of positivity that we had, all the tiny little things that we're talking about that were going the right way, they're all just gone. It happened very fast. Like, that was such a demoralizing sweep against the Marlins. Like, the Mets hadn't been swept by the Marlins in, I think it was 7 years in Miami. Which is
the last time was like what? Like Mickey Callaway Mets?
I think it was 2019 or early season 2019 before that team totally spun it around. And like, maybe that is the team that you think back on right now is like, that's how you could see this team winding up there. But I really just don't anymore. I can't find a shred of positivity to talk about this team right now.
The difference is, and again, this is like shame on me and you for honestly having as much belief in this team as we did going into the season. And the only credit I will give is that Juan Soto, Bo Bichette, and Francisco Lindor, I think, have played 9 games together. But shame on us for thinking that this group of guys could go out and play even okay baseball. Like, there's no good players on this team right now. It's Juan Soto, and it's pretty much everyone else. Like, Carson Bench is playing better, and Brett Beatty's been better since playing third base. Everybody else on this roster has, and AJ Ewing. I won't give AJ Ewing flack, but like, he's been doing some stuff. He's a rookie. Everyone else on this roster is probably not a Major League Baseball player unless they play on the New York Mets, the San Francisco Giants, the Angels, or the Colorado Rockies. Like, these are bad, on the hitting side specifically, bad baseball players. There needs to be a real look in the mirror moment where I don't know how many major leaguers are on this team offensively. I really don't.
Also, there's just so many other like little gross things about this team. It's like, why are we getting caught stealing so often? The Mets,
so much.
After Benj was caught stealing, again, I turned the game off in like the third inning, right after the J.J. Bleday home run against, was that Bleday? Who hit the big home run off of McLean? That was Bleday, right? Yeah. So after that, Carson Bench caught stealing. Again, maybe the Mets were caught stealing another point in that game. That was their 14th caught steal in the season. They've only been successful 29 times. So that's like it's like a barely 2/3%, where last year you were like the best stolen base team ever. Like all these little tiny things, again, just like completely knock the wind out of your sails. Like even on Friday night when like Jonah Tong comes in, he looks like actually really good.
He looks great.
Like you get Juan Soto hits a monster
cutter.
Yeah, it was fun. Juan Soto hits a monster home run off of Yuri Perez, who statistically to this point, I don't think this is true, but statistically at this point in the season has been one of the worst pitchers in all of baseball. And you get a first inning home run, over.
Well, for the longest time, he was the only guy who had a hit in that game. He had 2 of the only hits in that game. It's like, there's a guy that shows up to play every single day, and it's Juan Soto. Everybody else on this roster, Bo Bichette, Marcus Semien, Mark Vientos, sorry, Carson Bench and A.J. Ewing that you're getting bunched in here, and even Brett Beatty to a T. But, like, that guy shows up to play. Everybody else, their showing up to play is still below average, and that's the biggest problem. And then for guys like Marcus Semien's comments after the Marlins series, I wanted to punch a fucking hole in my screen watching it. What a tone-deaf fucking moron to say, like, we've been running into good pitching. How about, I know you're not going to throw your teammates under the bus. I get it. You're not going to do that. That's fine. How about a little accountability on yourself? I fucking suck. I'm questioning what I'm doing every single day because I'm not a Major League Baseball player anymore. I came to New York. The lights are too bright for Marcus Semien in New York. He played in the World Series. He's done that. He comes here and he fucking stinks it up. And for him to be like, we're getting a little unlucky. Like, I fucking hate this team. I hate the New York Mets.
There was no moment in the Marlins series this weekend where I felt the Mets got unlucky in any way, shape, or form.
Not even slightly. They got fucking bent over a barrel and shown the 50 states.
I felt like they were moderately, I don't even know, lucky. Like they just got, they got like, especially that game on Sunday, for them to have held up with that 0-0 tie for as long as they did. I felt like they were fortunate in a lot of different places on that. Like they made Max Meyer look like, I think I tweeted this in my post-game notes, like vintage Max Scherzer. Like Yuri Perez had given up 2 hits to Juan Soto with only 1 batter over the minimum through 6 innings. Yuri Perez, that was his first start since last September where he did not walk a batter. The Mets have stopped walking in general.
Oh, they don't do it. It's
never
not a thing that they do. And big shout out to the hitting coaches for getting these guys prepared every single day because they don't walk, and then the pitches that are down the middle, like we saw with Max Meyer, they're not ready to hit those. So what it tells me is that this team, as an organization, they're not prepared to play every single day, and this is something we talked about last year, and they brought in new guys, and it somehow has gotten even fucking worse. I don't know how.
I mean, maybe it was just like too much of a change too quickly. Like we went from Eric Chavez being Eric Chavez has been a hitting coach in this team for a very long time, so this team had lots of different kinds of hitting philosophies. Now you seems like you changed very fast, very, very quickly to try to be as new age as possible. And you look through some of the guys' bat tracking data on this team. Guys' intercept points have moved up. The Mets have somewhat faster swings across the board. Some of them do not, but a lot of the guys have somewhat shorter swings if you go case by case. Every guy's taking like a few inches off that swing while around.
No, it's more like point inches. I was looking it up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I looked it up when me and you were talking about it. So in terms of bat speed right now, the only guys that have made legit changes are Vientos and Lindor, and those are the only guys that really have a change over 1 mile per hour, which, again, Lindor has an extremely small sample. Everybody else is relatively floating, either plus or minus 1 mile an hour, which just kind of seems like early season stuff. The swing speed stuff, or the swing length, I was looking at it, basically the same. Almost nobody in baseball really changes their swing unless the swing gets longer. Not like this year among qualified hitters, the most that someone's gotten shorter is like half an inch.
This Mets team also, I'm looking right now, they're still top 10 in the league in swing percentage in the heart of the zone. It just feels like they can't hit. Like, I don't...
Yeah, they can't. Well, their hard hit rate is pitiful.
One of the worst in baseball.
Pitiful.
Well, so is the Rays, and they have the best record in the league. But it's just like these... I just feel like this Mets team doesn't do the little things right. They don't really have enough major league caliber players in this lineup. Like, you said rant at the beginning. I don't even have the emotion to rant about this team.
Oh, I do.
I'm wildly disconnected. And I was talking... Again, I was at a family wedding on Saturday night, and I was talking to, shout out Grace, you know who you are, aunt of an aunt, like an Italian aunt. She loves this. She loves the Mets. She loves this podcast.
Sorry for the cursing, Grace.
No, Grace is okay. She's great. The same with Tony over here. But they were just like, we don't feel anything for this Mets team right now. Like, you watch the game, you don't know the players, and it's like, it's nice to build that up over time. It does feel like we're getting to know these rookies, especially Benji Ewing, and like they're doing really encouraging things every single day. But especially these last two games when Juan Soto's not in the lineup, it's like you can't even come close to sustaining any level of offense. Like how many times can Mark Vientos come up with guys on base and like not how is Marcus Semien hitting fourth?
He fucking struck out and got drilled on the pitch. Like Mark Vientos cut his fucking ass. He hasn't walked in 2 weeks. His OPS over the last 2 weeks, like since he went off for like that series in Arizona, I think his OPS is like 511. Like Mark Vientos, guys, it's done. He fucking sucks. He always has, always will. Go play for another team. I don't want him here anymore. Get rid of the stink. We got to get rid of anybody. Bring up anybody with a pulse. We're fucking waiting for Jared Young to get back. That's how bad Mark Vientos is, and his fucking attitude's intolerable. I can't stand the guy. One of my least favorite Mets all time. And he did such an amazing thing for us in 2024, and I hate his guts.
This is a good tweet from Knicks memes. I'm pretty sure the Knicks could beat the Mets at baseball right now.
100%. Oh my God. I think the Mets would have a better chance of beating the Knicks in basketball, and that says more about the Mets' ability to play baseball than the Knicks, who are playing incredible.
AJ, give me a line on Blue Chew.
Well, do you need help with your love life, Scott?
Perhaps.
Do you want to turbocharge your love life?
Yes.
Well, then you need Blue Chew Gold because it has 4 active ingredients that help you not only turbocharge, but you can supercharge it if you take one of these.
And AJ's talking about that new arousal-boosting formula that combines passion and performance into one tablet that dissolves under your tongue for super fast onset. No more waiting for a pill to kick in. No more moments ruined by performance anxiety. Just the results you want when you want them. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. A special deal is there for the FT fam. Right now, when you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the third for free with promo code FOUL. That's promo code FOUL. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Thank you to Blue Chew for sponsoring the show. And thank you, AJ, for talking love life. The process is simple and it's all online. Get started today at BlueChew.com and go for gold.
It is funny, too, and there's no way these things are related in any way. But when there was actually like a hint of good feelings about this Mets team again a week ago, and it felt like they were back on the right track, it felt like 500 was actually within reach. It was within eye shot with some series coming up that you thought you could have had a chance to win. And then all that bullshit about number 8 came up, and it's like
so fucking annoying.
And like you put a rookie on the spot in a situation like that, which was weird. Now that rookie looks overmatched at the big league level. Nick Morabito doesn't have a hit yet.
He's not prepared to play, which shout out to coaches for that one.
He tried to bunt in the third inning with a guy in second base, down 3-1 with 2 outs. And Keith, I don't remember if it was Keith or Ron, but they were like...
It was Ron, I believe.
They're like, why are you trying to bunt right now? Like, this is a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Like, you're trying to pass the baton back to somebody else in your lineup. Like, there's 2 outs and a guy in second base. Like, get a hit, young man. Like, it's just... And again, does that reflect on him? Does that reflect on coaching? Does that reflect on preparation? Like, there's something... And we've been saying it all year, and you could feel it. There's some just massive disconnect going on in this Mets organization where nobody seems to be on the same page. Doesn't seem like people are working together. And again, even similarly to close this game out, like it felt like as we keep losing members of this rotation, that Tobias Myers, who's pitched really well all year, besides for basically like 3 batters in Colorado.
Yeah, in Colorado. But
like would be transitioning to starting, and he keeps just throwing an inning and a third, 2 innings, inning and 2/3, 20-ish pitches now. It's like, I don't know, maybe throw him in the rotation. Like,
no, James, this team was built by David Stearns, the boy genius. This is a playoff team. I mean, me and you said earlier in the year, so at some point they're going to turn around, right? Like they've just gotten unlucky. You got to give them time. It's early in the season. They're going to figure things out. Except they haven't, because it's now been it feels like a full fucking year. This team stinks.
And again, funny enough, like through that Marlins series, we got phenomenal pitching.
Incredible pitching. Yeah.
Every single game we got great pitching. It ended today with Nolan McLean. Even like watching Freddie like struggle at the beginning of that game, but kind of dog his way to get through 7, seeing the emotion he was playing with, and the Mets not being able to even come close to touching Max Meyer. And like you said, and Ron mentioned this a lot, they're like, the scouting report that Max Meyer was lots of breaking balls in the strike zone. And the Mets don't seem like they're prepared for breaking balls in the strike zone. Again, you watch this team every single day, and you have levels of shock that you honestly can't even believe.
I'm trying to see right now because on Baseball
the Mets
Reference,
actually have the 6th highest barrel rate in baseball.
How is that even possible? That's just Juan Soto?
That's crazy. I mean, maybe it's just Juan Soto. The Mets also now have the 5th highest hard hit rate in baseball.
Nah, that can't be right.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking right now. StatCast hitting.
That can't be right.
I'm telling you. Go on.
I'm looking.
StatCast hitting, Team stats.
Let's see. Team stats. Team stats. Batted ball. Hard hit rate. 7th as of right now, I guess.
Yeah.
But all their guys' hard hit rates have gone down.
Again, I don't know. Again, like I can't find a rant right now. This team just sucks to watch. They're draining. They're horrible. They're terrible.
So bad. I mean,
Should
like,
we,
just real quick, too, to talk about how bad the offense has been. So the Mets do have the lowest on-base percentage in Major League Baseball.
lowest OPS.
Lowest OPS. Second lowest ISO. The team that's lower than them is, hey, David Stearns, Milwaukee Brewers. But they hit home runs more than us. And they play good baseball, and they have good pitching, and they play good defense.
We also have the lowest OPS by a lot. Like, it's actually not close. I'm gonna
643, I think we're at right now live. And San Diego Padres are next at 661.
Yeah, gee,
That's a huge difference.
And the Padres are in a situation where basically all of their good players heading into the year suck.
Yeah.
Like the fact that Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis, and Jackson Merrill all cannot hit a baseball. I think Merrill just came back from injury, but it's shocking that they even have as good of a record. The Blue Jays, too, that are in the bottom 5. The Phillies have the 5th lowest. Like, it is funny to think about how many of these teams that kind of had a lot ahead of them beginning of the season are this bad.
Also, fun thing to add, too, the Mets are also playing really good defense. Psych, just kidding. 24th in baseball, -10 OAA. Big shout out to Marcus Semien, -4 on the season. Just a good ball player. He's still got it.
No,
Gotta play him every day in the field. Got to give Carson Bench a rest at DH.
Yeah, Carson Bench designated hitter on Monday while Marcus Semien hit 4th. Was like, what? Why?
That's like perverse.
And again, we always wonder about who's making these lineups. It's like they've sworn that Mendoza has a lot of autonomy. Those feel like decisions that I can't imagine, but also like it'd be weird to lie and like keep that the public sentiment about that. Like it's just strange.
I mean, again, there's no good players, so someone horrible is going to hit 4th every single day because his team has nobody that's good, especially when Juan Soto is hurt. But I mean, Marcus Semien hitting 4th is like I don't know how many home runs he hits at Sternberg Park in Brooklyn.
I mean, he can pull the ball over that fence. That's Marcus Semien's power alley.
Yeah, but he's going to take a couple pitches first. You start with 1 strike in softball. He might just strike 2, strike 3.
This is Kenny Atkinson shit where, like, I bet a lot of these guys are seeing, these are my barrels, this is my hard hit, and we're not getting these response. Like, it's very bizarre that the Mets are top 6 in both of those full season stats heading into play on Monday. Yet their WOBA is the lowest in the league, their OPS is the lowest in the league, their WOBA on contact is the lowest in the league. Like,
Let's see.
I agree with them that that's crazy. Like, the Mets had the lowest WOBA in the league at 289. That was entering play on Monday. That's with a 9.1% barrel rate, which is much better than league average, and a 41% hard hit rate, which, again, is better than league average. The next team is the Padres, lower barrel rate. I mean, yeah, Padres actually have similar barrel rate, similar hard hit rate, but then the Giants, much lower in each. Then the Blue Jays, much lower in each. Phillies, lower in barrel rate, similar hard hit rate. So, like,
I
don't even want to be positive, but now I'm seeing that. I'm like, all right, I guess it's a little better than I thought. But then you watch this team hit all weekend. It just doesn't seem like they're anywhere close to inflicting damage in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely not. They have no ability to.
All right, we're like 15 minutes in. We got to talk about Nolan McLean.
Talk about Nolan McLean real quick.
So, definitely no secret that these last 2 starts have been an unmitigated disaster.
Yeah, bad.
And building on the whole last month where it looked like he didn't really have his right stuff, didn't really have his best command, but was getting through these games, you were like, okay, this is the first rough patch for the guy's career. It felt like he was getting over a hump with that Tiger start where he just absolutely just gritted his teeth to get through a nice outing. It's got much worse since then. So these last 2 starts against Nationals and the Reds, Nationals have the most runs in baseball, but I still wouldn't really call these lineups murderer's row.
No.
It's 13 earned runs and 4 home runs. His ERA has gone from 2.92 to 4.42 across these last 2 starts. And the especially scary thing about this start against the Reds is that they don't even have many left-handed hitters. I think they had like 3 or 4 in the lineup. It was Bleday, it was Ellie. I can't remember the other ones off the top of my head right now.
I mean, and JJ Bleday was barely a Major League Baseball player a couple weeks ago.
Well, JJ Bleday is back in a big way right now. That guy, talk about big time back. Guy was on the waiver wire a few weeks ago. As for a team that needed a left-handed hitting outfielder.
We got Tyrone Taylor.
Tyrone Taylor got hurt. He's gone too. I do not know who's going to be the outfielder they call up if Tyrone Taylor needs to go to the injured list.
We should play Vidal Brujan out there. Why not?
I think it'll probably just be Pache. Oh, Jared Young tomorrow. Thankfully, Jared Young back tomorrow. But I went pretty deep preparing for this, trying to diagnose some of these problems with McLean. And sadly, the main conclusions I found were ones that would kind of hint that something might actually be wrong. I'm not going to say
he's hurt.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that, but like his arm angle has been trending down all season, and then we don't have the arm angle for the start on Monday because arm angle does not populate until the next day. But first start of the year is 33 degrees, 33 degrees, 32 degrees, 34 degrees, 34 degrees, 34 degrees, 33 degrees now, 30, 32, 29, and we'll see where it comes out for this red. So you're seeing a slight downtick there. So a lot of times, again, 2 or 3 degrees of arm angle shouldn't be that significant. That could change a bit based on throwing more or less pitches in the game, but I split it out for the different pitches he was throwing too, especially his fastball, and the arm angle was also steadily dropping on those. You just get a little scared that something doesn't feel right, so you drop the arm angle because it could feel better. And then to expand on that, the spin rates are down across basically all of his pitches, slightly, but they're down a bit, but the velocity is down across the board. The fastball is not coming in as hard. The curveball is not coming as hard. The sinker's not coming as hard. You can even see in these starts, he's having trouble sustaining velocity. That's definitely scary.
That's terrifying, especially, I mean, the season's over, so I hope he just stays healthy and they take care of him in the right way that needs to be. But you can feel the idea that maybe Nolan McLean's trying to do a little bit more than maybe he would if this team was in a spot where they could afford to lose him.
I mean, he looked like when he got pulled from the game on Monday, an unbelievable tragedy had been bestowed upon him. Like,
I gotta interrupt real quick. So my dad is on mega hate watch just about like how the coaching and everything goes. Carlos Mendoza was asked because Austin Warren like barely warmed up today coming into the game for Nolan McLean. It seemed like he was surprised and confused because again Nolan didn't pitch well. He was asked after the game about the lack of warm-up pitches for Austin on the mound. He shrugged and said, "I don't know what happened there." How do you not have an answer? How does he get rid of him? Fucking end it.
That's probably just him not wanting to, again, throw his manager or any of his coaches under the bus. But again, we saw the thing against the Twins. Like, how do you not know who's coming out of the bullpen?
Yeah.
Like, we have shit happen like this all the time, which is bizarre, honestly. And it was funny. I don't know if you caught it watching the game on Friday, where we were kind of lamenting before. They were like, are we really going to do like a Tobias Myers, Jonah Tong piggyback situation? And then Ron was like, it's nice that they went Tobias Myers, Sean Manaea, Jonah Tong. Because it felt like with Jonah Tong and Tobias Myers, you just be preparing hitters for more of what they're going to see. Here's a right-handed pitcher with a very over-the-top release. So it feels like those guys are also getting more tongue-in-cheek. They're very much at peace with the season being over and this team being a disaster. I feel bad for Howie Rose his last season, that this is the way he's going out. That's a real shame. But even just some more stuff on McLean. Like these last two starts specifically, it felt like he has no feel for the sweeper and the curveball.
Nothing.
And the sweeper and the curveball are kind of that's kind of what makes him a superhero, his feel for spin. And the fact that he's not getting chases on those pitches anymore, combined over these last two starts, is slightly under 15% chase rate in those two pitches, where in his career up until these last two starts, that's about 25% chase rate. That's not huge, but it's definitely really meaningful when those are your put-away pitches and you're struggling to put hitters way outside the strike zone. And even in the start against the Reds on Monday, he just scrapped that curveball. And again, there weren't many lefties in lineups, so that was why, but didn't feel like he was really comfortable with it. Ron was talking about the fact that he wasn't getting the same kind of glove side movement on that. The day the Bears had out too, he's not getting the same type of glove side movement on that pitch or the sweeper that he was getting early in the year. And then also he's not getting strike one as often. Only 9 of 19 pitches in this game against the Reds were strike one. And through the last 3 innings last start against the Nationals, while the game was competitive before he just kind of pitched 8 innings the rest of the game, it was only 10 of 18 first pitch strikes through the first 3 innings. So
I wonder.
It's kind of just all bad.
I mean, there's a couple different things going on here. One, I wonder if he's got a little dead arm. If you look at just like the innings thrown by McLean too, like last year was the big jump up to 150, but even before he got called up to the majors, like 87 innings and 16 starts, and he's going to be approaching, I think, like 65-ish right now through 11. So he's just throwing more than he ever has. Maybe it's just a dead arm. Again, with the injuries, they can't do this, but maybe he just needs one miss in the rotation.
I mean, it's fine. If you want to do that, just do that. I think it'd even be worth just giving him that time off. Because, again, if we can see all these things, they can see all these things.
Hopefully. I don't know. With this team, I have no clue if they see these things.
And, again, it's funny because this whole weekend, not funny. Funny is definitely not the word for this. But, like, this whole weekend, you got great pitching. Like, the combination of Myers, Manaea, and Tong were awesome.
It was great. Manaea pitched well.
Really well. And, like, Freddie Peralta, again, despite giving up those 2 home runs to Liam Hicks early in the game, like, he gritted his teeth and got you through 7 innings. And if your starting pitcher goes 7 innings, 4 runs, that very much gives you a chance to win a baseball game.
Yeah.
And then again on Sunday, like Christian Scott was gritty as hell. Like guys getting on base, and he kept making pitches he had to make with guys on base in tense situations. And it just came down to Devin Williams tipping that last changeup and that ball going way over the fence.
After he talked about how he doesn't care about tipping pitches, I was like, dude. Please.
And isn't it funny? Remember that happened to the Mets last year where they announced to the world they were changing their approach, and then all of a sudden their approach got kind of upended in them. It's like I said this a few weeks ago, and I kind of still stand by it. Like, there's this blind confidence in this organization that's not deserved at all right now.
No.
Like, there's no reason for the Mets to be like, oh, yeah, now we clicked. Now we turned to the round. Like, their baseline is not very good, and it has not been very good for a very long time. So for us to pretend, we expect the greatness. Again, as an athlete, whatever, you should always expect greatness. You need to be confident. You probably need to have a little bit of an ego to even reach the spot as a professional athlete. But for this team to be like, oh, yeah, it's just that click, that little thing. Once we get this together, it's like, that's not fucking true anymore.
No, it's not at all. It's just it's infuriating. It's infuriating to have to deal with this team. It's infuriating to have to talk about this team. Again, you listen to this podcast because we watch, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
I know there's been no recap of the last 4 games, and I don't really care to because it's disgusting. It would be I feel like you guys might not listen to us if you hear about what happened in those games anymore.
No, that's why we have to bring the little morsels out of those games, while also the whole time being like, wow, this is terrible. I hate watching this team. And I mean, like, I'll give a good morsel for Tong.
Yeah, go for it.
He threw. It was mostly the fastballs and the changeups. It was fun in his short
I feel like he was throwing the cutter, was it not?
It was one cutter, and then he threw a couple of the new slider curveball variations, and it was tagged as a curveball on Savant. I saw the guys at Pitcher List tag it as a sweeper. I was talking to Mike Didino from Baseball Perspectives. He said he thought it was more of a tight curveball, but it was that pitch he threw twice in a row to Otto Lopez that looked like it had sweeper-ish action, where it looked like it was, again, slider intent with 2-plane movement. And that pitch would graze a plus pitch in terms of how hard he was throwing it and how much it was moving. And he located both pretty well. And Otto Lopez is one of the best hitters in the National League. So you got to give Otto Lopez new wrinkles if you want to get that guy out. And he got them out. So the fact that even the one cutter that Jonah Tong threw, like the true cutter that he threw, like it looked like a totally fine pitch. And
was his fastball just naturally cutting? I felt like on TV it looked like the balls were cutting. Maybe it's just the camera angle too in Miami. It could be that, but I wonder if there was, because I legitimately thought he threw more than one.
It could have naturally been cutting. I'm getting his pitch plot up here right now. But also on top of that, he has lowered his arm angle a little bit, which we talked about with Tong coming through spring training, about how we're dying for him to find a glove side pitch, anything that can move to the left. And while he's dropped his arm angle a little bit, I'm happy because we didn't have this data in AAA, or at least I didn't see it when he was in AAA. He has maintained the induced vertical break on that fastball while finding a teeny tiny, itty bitty more bit of consistency with any of those pitches that spin. So that's, I think, again, encouraging, and also again just the fact that he was gassing those fastballs like 97, 98, and that changeup also looked completely disgusting, just pronating off his hand. Like he looked ferociously good. I was like, and even Chaminade 92s. Like Chaminade actually looked good too.
I mean, he dropped very quickly after he gave us a couple 92s. He went right back to 89, 90, but he was not the reason we lost that game.
I have it close. It's the lineup every single day. It's the lineup is the reason we lose this game, and like.
Although, like, I will say, I don't know why this is something that we've talked about with the Mets for a while now, but, like, no pitching mound visits at all. It seems like the Mets covet mound visits and don't covet challenges, which they continue to use at the worst rate ever. It's truly baffling to me how bad the Mets are at challenges. Feels like they haven't gotten one right in weeks. I know they have, but...
It's just using it at the wrong times.
It's the wrong times. The leverage never makes sense. They did it again this past weekend. They did it today against the Reds. They're such a mess, and... Again, David Stearns should be on the hot seat 100%. The way that this team is performing, his ass should be lit on fire right now. If it continues, he should be fired by the end of the season. But I do think that there needs to be a domino that falls before it, because that's how these things work. And I don't think you can continue to have Carlos Mendoza be the manager anymore on this team. He's given up too. I think he has.
And also at this point, you kind of... Similar to what we saw with the Phillies, like you kind of just shake it up for the sake of shaking it up.
Like, oh no, these fragile players might get shook up because of their manager being fired. Now Mark Vientos won't have a 500 OPS over the last 2 weeks. What are we going to do? I don't want him to be shook up.
But I kind of want them, like a big reason that I think firing a manager can work. Sometimes it doesn't work. The Red Sox hasn't worked. Team sucks. Our guy Rob put a great article on Mets'd like 2 weeks ago about. Is firing a manager successful? Foolish Baseball also did a really good one about do player-only meetings work? These things are not foolproof strategies whatsoever. Not even close to it. But again, sometimes if you fire the manager, players get very guilty. I cost this guy his job. And I think that's an incredibly human response. That's why even still, we do talk about it, but it does make me feel bad talking about that because the guy's going to lose to him the greatest job on earth. That sucks ass. But you can't really keep going down this path. And I do think that probably over the coming weeks, we will wind up doing a lot of David Stearns content because, again, I keep thinking about this corollary with the Red Sox where it was really uncomfortable to me. Funny enough, the first season, a miracle run to the ALCS that you did not deserve, and you were close to the World Series, but you weren't that close to the World Series. And then you make some strange moves. Things fall apart very quickly. And then you get fired. And also it's literally your favorite team growing up as a child. It's your hometown team.
I'm starting to doubt David Stearns was a fucking Mets fan the way he's running this team.
I definitely don't doubt that.
I am. The way
that's insane.
If you're a Mets fan, you got to give us better comments than what he's been given. I need some accountability here.
I think that I don't know. Like he took full accountability last year when things went wrong at the end of the season.
Sure. Congrats,
said that
man.
was on him.
Took accountability when the season was over. Love it.
Yeah, I think that's when you, as an executive, you should take accountability. Like, oh, this team sucks. My bad, guys. I fucked up.
Fire Mendoza.
Still trying to be hopeful. But I do think that we have this conversation all the time. I think that the Mets are a little bit afraid, or maybe sometimes not afraid. I don't even know about how they're viewed in the league. Like the fact that this offseason, all these coaches were not really their first choices. Some of them were like kind of their. I think Snicker was close to a first choice. I think Willard was like
a mistake.
Maybe a third or fourth choice. And then I don't think Mendoza was their first choice, and they hired him.
Definitely was, and we know Craig Counsell was.
And then you see now with the Red Sox, like I don't think Breslow was their first choice.
Of
and
course
that's
not.
talk about a guy that's in over his head. Like this is the things that Ashley Varitek was saying the other day on Twitter
They
was
were
like
crazy.
This is. I mean, it is. I really find a lot of similarities and symmetry between those two situations. So again, I think we're going to do a lot of videos because we need to find third episodes in a week over these next few weeks and months here. But that's something I'm excited to talk about and like dig deeper into, like what the future actually holds with and without David Stearns.
Yeah, of course. But first, we have to do a quick little segment here, sponsored by FanDuel. Baseball fans, the MLB season is in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Joining the action is easy. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. It's just another reason why FanDuel is the home of home runs. Anybody on the Reds is a good pick. If that name pops up on daily dingers, take them. We stink.
I don't know, but again, we're still pitching, all right?
I mean, I guess we are pitching right. And Juan Soto, if he's ever back from being sick, pick him too. So are you ready to play your game? Head over to FanDuel.com/podcast to get started. That's FanDuel.com/podcast to opt in for daily dingers and make your free pick on who's hitting a homer. Play ball and swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of Major League Baseball.
No purchase necessary. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Knicks Corner time?
Yeah, Knicks Corner. We're already in the Red Series. We already got our doors blown off in the first game. So if you guys want to preview the next two games, Chase Burns is going to massacre us on Tuesday.
Jesus Christ, we're gonna have to face Chase Burns.
And Wednesday, I hope you can hit Andrew Abbott, but him versus David Peterson. I don't know, you probably need to score 7 runs to win that game anyway. But
Wind's
again,
blowing in that day.
let's talk Knicks Corner. The one
Let's go
team that I
Knicks.
think is giving all of us New Yorkers solace right now because I love them so much. Again, I haven't taken this Jalen Brunson jersey off for like 3 or 4 days now.
I mean, me and you were accidentally matching Jalen. I've never seen you wear a basketball jersey. Like you're normally a cool guy. You got cool clothes on, but you wore the Knicks jersey to the bar the other night. Me and you both Jalen Brunson on.
Well, I mean, 'cause I think right now what Jalen Brunson and the Knicks team are doing is kind of transcending people's fandoms about
Yeah, a
what's
little
going.
bit.
Like,
Yeah.
I had like an emotional moment on Saturday watching the game with our friends,
Did you really?
where I was like sitting there, and I was like, I just can't fucking believe that the Knicks are 1 win away from the NBA Finals.
Don't go
Like,
Mariners on me yet.
No. But I'm like, it's like, it like hit me where I was like, I just, you never really felt like this was going to happen like in our lives. And this Knicks team was such a disgrace for so long. They were such a black hole in New York sports. They were a complete clown show organization forever. And they've built like a perfect, talk about synergy. The way these guys are playing together
Holy
right now
shit, yeah.
with the adjustment that Mike Brown makes every single day. Mike Brown keeps baiting Kenny Atkinson
It's
into hacka-mitching and then taking Mitch out once the Knicks get in the bonus. It's fucking insane that they keep falling for it.
But the Cavs are winning the games analytically.
Of course, just like the Mets are. But like the Cavs are talking about shot quality right now. And just like Jalen's just taking Donovan Mitchell's lunch every single. This is going back years too, where Jalen just bodies Donovan Mitchell. This happened. Jalen Brunson's coming out party 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Mavs
when,
Jazz.
When Luka was injured, and that was the first time Jalen was like a 1A in a playoff series. People were like, "Oh shit, I didn't know he could do that."
Literally got him paid.
Yeah, and not enough, but like the Knicks were underdogs in Game 3.
I know. I took shout out FanDuel. Took a money line. That was easy money.
They were plus money in a game in a series where they've just completely bodied this other team, and all this stupid revisionist history is going on now. People are like, the Knicks have the easiest run to the finals ever.
Yeah, feed me.
There was legitimate, serious basketball analysts that were taking the Hawks. A lot of people were like, "Do you see what this Sixers team just did to the Celtics? That's a toss-up series." And even people were like, "Wow, this Cavs team, they handled Knicks in the regular season. They just took down a 60-win Pistons team." So it's like, all this revisionist bullshit, I don't really care. No one has talked about the Spurs facing off with the hobbled, basically Anthony Edwards-less Timberwolves last round.
Or
down
the
3
Thunder playing the Lakers.
No, and I think the Spurs played the Suns in the first round too. With
they suck.
not even a good basketball team.
Yeah.
So again, like miss me with all that shit, and I'm like, I'm definitely dreaming on the Knicks right now.
Yeah, I would love to see the series end right now. I would like the next game to be played in Madison Square Garden to be the NBA Finals. At the time of recording, it has not yet happened. We're about 15 minutes, 25 minutes till tip. So me and James are very, very excited. But yeah, I mean, me and my dad, I was watching the game on him on Saturday, and we were just going through like some of the older Knicks teams. I'm like, we used to root for like Michael Doliak, like some of the names. Clarence Weatherspoon was getting like 26 minutes a night, like just the quality of player that the Knicks have now. And shout out Mikal Bridges, I fucking love him. Deepest and sincerest apologies to the Bridges family.
I can't even believe how he spun everything. It's like I don't know if it was like he finally hit rock bottom in that play when the Hawks were like clowning him after that really weird last shot he took.
When they thought that he might get benched.
Yeah, like and all of a sudden and it's funny too because if you've been a Knicks fan watching Mikal Bridges in the regular season for the last 2 years, and you're seeing right now the aggressiveness with which he's driving to the basket, you see the fact that he's actually been an auxiliary ball handler. He's been a pick and roll action guy. That's fucking crazy compared to what he's looked like for the last few years. And again, like we used to cheer for Langston Galloway. I thought Langston Galloway was going to be a piece.
I thought he was going to be the truth. Chris Duhon. Duhon was fat and played point guard for the Knicks. He was overweight.
Raymond Felton. I thought Mendoza Kuzminskis was going to like be a piece. Mozgov. Timofey. I was hyped up over Timofey Mozgov when I was like 13 years old.
When we traded Timofey Mozgov in what was eventually the Carmelo Anthony trade, I was upset. I was like, oh my God, we're getting rid of a young piece. We haven't had a good center in forever.
It's just it's unbelievable what's happened with this team. And again, like OG Anunoby last game, you basically didn't even notice him, and he wound up with 20 points.
Yeah, it was as quiet as 20 ever.
Like they tried to bait Karl Anthony Towns on Monday into being like, 'cause he didn't make All NBA, which I think is crazy because he had such a good, super efficient season. And like they were like, oh, like how do you feel about not making All NBA? He's like, doesn't matter. Like we sacrificed a lot in this team for each other. So those achievements
sacrificed
mean nothing.
money.
Jalen sacrificed a lot of money. Like Cat's sacrificing a lot of shots. This is such a different version of Karl Anthony Towns than we've ever seen in his career. Like
respect the shit out of it.
He's playing good defense.
Really good defense.
I can't believe how good the defense. Again,
I mean, it does help that he is going up against the two softest big men in the entire league. Jared Allen refuses to dunk the basketball. It blows my mind.
Mobley too. Mobley's kind of like what people accuse Cat of being. At least Mobley's like kind of gotten himself down the glass.
Mobley plays like Kevin Durant.
Like also, it's so cool to watch these these role players in the Knicks. Like when Landry Shamet gets his 10 minutes, he is so disgustingly engaged in hoops. He's
so good.
He had that one possession. I don't remember if it was second or third quarter last game where he basically guarded the whole possession.
Yeah.
They kept switching and every single time Landry Shamet 2 hands up, like knees bent in there. Like Jordan Clarkson's put an ass on people on the glass. Like Deuce McBride was stupid hot when he came in last game. Like hey. Every second I watch these guys play. There's more things that
I will be saying when this series hopefully ends after tonight. I just don't want to say it before, get a little jinx here. But man, oh man, like this Knicks team is so sick. Everything that I hate about the Mets couldn't be the opposite about these New York Knicks.
And again, not similarities here, but we were pretty down on the Knicks, you and I think a lot of Knicks fans, like through that weird swoon in January.
Yes.
Especially when the honest rumors were kind of heating up. It just felt like that this core had kind of hit their peak and they weren't going to be able to do it. And just so much credit to the guys in the room and the coaches. Like even a guy like Josh Hart, like rediscovering his confidence for that game too.
It was a great game too. I hate Josh Hart and he played so good. I hate him.
I love Josh Hart.
I hate him with a wink. But
like OG too, like he just shook off that hamstring strain and now he's back like completely full strength. Like
Mitch Robinson's going through like vicious mental health stuff, it seems like right now. And
he always is.
He's playing great ball.
They still wish he would make a free throw. I would really like for him to try the granny style, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. Also, I think we're going to completely run the show in that Cleveland arena tonight.
It feels like it. That's what it feels like, which is kind of sick.
And they've won. How do you win 10 consecutive playoff games?
It is literally the best 10-game streak ever in NBA history. Regular season, playoffs. The point differential has never been as high as it is for the Knicks, and that is in the playoffs.
Yeah, not regular season. That counts regular season too. And it's also about them where it's like, sure, if you want to say the Knicks had an easy run, whatever. Fuck off, but be my guest.
Yeah.
They beat the piss out of teams every single night. Like every single game's a double-digit win.
Beat the teams that you play. That's the game of the game.
And really proud of the Spurs for evening that series up at 2-2.
Would really, really, really love to end it in 4 and let that game go to 7.
That's a war over there in the Western Conference Finals. 2 great teams, punch for punch, and
hope
of
there
course,
are a couple punches thrown.
Of course, like the big bad West, the Knicks, the little old Knicks can't stack up with those teams, despite having a better net rating than both those teams after the last 3 months. The best defensive net rating in all of the NBA, and I think the second or third best offensive net rating in all of the NBA.
Keep sleeping on the Knicks. That's it. I hope the national media keeps doing it.
Yeah, I think there's that funny joke going around where it's like, if the Knicks players were wearing Celtics jerseys, they would have been the championship favorite for the last month.
Oh, without a doubt. But, orange and blue is not as nice as green and white.
Isn't it funny, too? Like, I was talking about this with my dad last night. This will be like the last thing we close with before we got Frankie. Like, how many years in a row did the Knicks have a lottery pick? Like 6 or 7 years in a row?
And they didn't hit a single one.
None of those guys are on this team. 0.
Like, R.J. Barrett was supposed to be a main cog of this team. Like, the Knicks had R.J. Barrett going into this, like, super revamp, and he was gone.
Yeah, but he was also, again, he was fine. He helped us get OG. Like, Emmanuel quickly was good, but he was never going to fit with Brunson. Like, we had to deal with Kevin Knox and Frank Ntilikina.
Kevin Knox playing Fortnite.
The only guys on this team who the Knicks drafted, hilariously, are Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride. That's it.
Free agency. That's what's
Everyone else, free agent, trades, cast off, but just, like, piece by piece by piece, they put, like, a perfect 11 basketball players together here.
I'm so jealous of the Knicks as a Mets fan.
But fuck, I love the Knicks. I can't wait.
I love them. Yeah,
I can't wait to watch these games. And if we get NBA championship games, finals games in New York City, like, this place is going to burn to the ground.
I think we're gonna have some fun.
I have people screaming at me in the street again, just wearing a Knicks jersey. Like, it's
Little
awesome.
Birdie told me that you're afraid to be in public if the Knicks are playing in the NBA Finals.
Oh, who said that?
Alex. He said that you were going to be a miserable fan.
No, not a miserable fan, but I'm like, every single possession, I'm gonna be freaking out.
Oh, okay. He completely misunderstood you.
Alex did show up the other night wearing an Amari Stoudemire jersey. I give him a lot of credit for that.
That's sick vibes. Good shout out to Alex there. And I heard he got a bar steak.
He did. No, he got steak frites. That's not bar steak.
Okay.
Yeah, but close enough.
Close enough. That's it though. You got Frankie Peppers?
Yeah, I got Frankie. This was came to us after the last Marlins game, so this probably not even as down as he would have been after this Reds game.
Yeah, it's tough.
Here we go. Here comes no low power more on. Here comes Frankie.
Gentlemen, this is Frankie Peppers. How you doing? I have a question for you. What type of fish are these New York Mets? Are they like a trout? Are they a salmon? A carp? Whatever it is, whatever fish they are, I've never seen a dead fish bounce so high, gentlemen. And I'm just curious as to what type of fish bounces that high in the air and then just absolutely crashes back down to earth. At the very least, Marlins seem to get the work done sometimes. So let's ponder that question, gentlemen. I hope you're having a nice Memorial Day. Hopefully you're not watching the Mets. Hopefully you're watching the Knicks or doing something more productive with your time. And boys, I hope you're doing all right otherwise. Okay, take care.
I gotta say, I'm so happy that he asked what kind of fish they would be. I did type in what's the bounciest fish in the world, and I think it gave me like a basketball answer. It says the bounciest fish in the world is a silver carp. It can launch itself up to 10 feet in the air.
That's not us. You know what the Mets are? The Mets are the Chilean sea bass, which is a fake fish.
What do you mean it's a fake fish?
It's not real.
What do you mean?
That's just something restaurants say is they can charge more for like basic ass fish.
What is it? A Patagonian toothfish?
Yeah.
Oh, that does not. That's great marketing. Shout out whoever came up with that.
Elite marketing. That's what the Mets are. Phonies.
Phonies. Yeah, that checks.
And also, just again, we will be here 3 times a week through the end of the season. So you guys, let us know things you'd like to see. We'll try anything.
Yeah, literally anything. Maybe we don't even do a Mets video. Maybe it's like, hey, you guys want to play tic-tac-toe against each other for an hour, see who comes out on top?
Again, I would like to try and find a way to do a show where we could actually have you guys call in live. I think that'd be very fun right now. And I would love to do like an hour of radio because that could be fun to get through a week. We could definitely find ways to market that and like put good thumbnails and titles on those. That's something I want to do because I think a lot of Mets fans want to be heard right now. A lot of Mets fans have a lot of things to say.
Yeah, and that's it. We're done. I got nothing else to say. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Mets'd on YouTube. If you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drop us a rating, drop us a review, download, and subscribe. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Giraffe Nick Mark. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Peace out, guys. Let's go. Let's go Knicks.
Yeah.